Hey, everybody, it's Mykelti Williamson from the Last Rodeo. Stay tuned to the Son of a Blitch podcast.
Mykelti Williamson, it is so awesome. I am honored that you are here with me today to talk about the Last Rodeo. And man, thank you and welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for the invitation. I really appreciate it.
You are very welcome. Well, listen, for those who don't know much about the Last Rodeo yet, can you give us a quick synopsis of the film and then we'll jump into some questions?
Yeah, the Last Rodeo is the kind of movie that can be many different things to people. So here's one version of what it's about. It's about a busted up old bull rider whose grandson is in dire need of an emergency surgery. He's on the outs with his daughter. He's on the outs with his best friend. He cut him off, kind of just messed up his relationship with everybody and just ostracized himself from everyone. And now he's got to make his way back to save his grandson. There's a lot of chuckles. There's some belly laughter. There's some tears. So fellas, you're gonna drop a tear too, man. So don't worry about it. You know, you still a cowboy, baby. and it's got some cowboy fights. It's cool, man. It's got everything. It's got professional bull riding. Amazing. You know what I mean? With the current world champions and former champions. They're there. I mean, you know, I won't start name dropping, but all the PBR stars, they came and gave us some love. That's why I say it's the right movie. You know, it's really the right film, yeah.
Absolutely. And the Bulls too, man. And we'll get into that in a sec. You talked about, starring alongside Neil McDonough, and you play the character, or he plays the character Joe Wainwright, and you're Charlie Williams, his longtime friend. Man, you played so many iconic roles over the years. What was it about this particular role and this character that kind of drew you in and made you want to be a part of this movie?
First of all, I love Neil McDonough and Rouvet, the whole McDonough family. The Williamson family, McDonough family, we're like that, And so I wanted to do something really good for my friend Neil because we both share a philosophy. That is, when people come in and give you their money to make an exchange, you don't want the audience to ever leave feeling like you poured stuff all over them. And they just walked away you separated from them from their money, which is their time. And you poured something all over them. I'm like, that's really not cool. And so we wanted to make a movie that you could take. You don't have to hide your kids. Grandmama's going to chuckle. Everybody's going to laugh and feel and go on this thrill ride, man. And Neil McDonough is very easy to watch. He's a lot of fun to watch, I'm telling you. So show up, and then with Angel Studios, you can actually help people who can't afford a ticket. If you want to share it, please share it. And we hope you want to share it. But you'll see the QR code when you go see it, and you'll be able to share away. You can go online to angel.com too. You know what I mean? Angelstudios.com and check it out. So anyway, enough about me. That's enough about me.
Well, you kind of talked about this, man. It's a family friendly film, and it's something that's PG related, something that we don't see a whole lot these days, but I think it's something that's celebrated, and it's a story kind of in the heartland of America. And, Neil wrote this, kind of came to him, and he says, like, it's from God, man. In 24 hours, he kind of spit out this. Within a week, he was writing it. Another week, it was funded. And this is he kind of called it Rocky on a Bull, so to speak. And
yeah,
man, that was something special.
Yeah, it is something special. And we always feel privileged to be part of something that adds value to not just your life, but to the lives of other people. And this is one of those rare opportunities. It's sort of like Forrest Gump. I remember trying to explain how cool Forrest Gump was as a film, and people didn't get it at first. But like I tell Neil, everybody gets it. Some people get it now, some people get it later, and some people get it a little too late, but they get it, right?
Yeah.
But yeah. And so with the Last Rodeo, I haven't had this kind of joy over the release, like pure joy over the release of a movie. Uh, it's very rare. It's very rare. The most kindred opportunity I remember was Forrest Gump. I felt like this after Gump.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, that says a lot, man. That says a lot. And I mean, I think this movie speaks for those things too, man. It's a very powerful thing. I think, everyone is going to get strong feelings from this, and it's a great one for everyone. Like you said, from the kids to the grandma. Can you tell me a couple of experiences that stand out while you were making this film that were very special to you, some special memories you'd like to maybe share?
Yeah, absolutely. A couple things is as an actor who pursues excellence, I'm not a perfectionist. I think perfection is something that will always be unrealized unless you're God, right?
Hmm.
So I pursue excellence. I don't worry about perfect. For me, the one of the most memorable joys and most memorable moments on set was watching the excellence of Sarah Jones, Chris McDonald, Neil McDonough, and our director, John Avnet. And then you watch Kip sort of weave, and because Kip is like weaving, he and John Avnet are weaving this fabric that supports the whole thing. And to watch them weave that fabric every day, man, it was a joy for me as a filmmaker and as a professional. And then daily, when people come up to you because they didn't realize you were the guy from this movie or that movie or this movie or that, and they've been working with you for a few weeks and it finally clicks in, that I get a kick out of that because I'm a character guy. I really don't prefer being recognized. But if you see me, how you doing? Come say hello. But I'm just that dude. I'd rather be working on my old Chevy truck and tinkering, man, on the golf course with my boys, on a horse somewhere, you know what I mean? Cleaning hooves. I'm just that dude. So, but it was a joy. That
Well,
was
you
it.
you just mentioned the idea of being on a horse and taking care of horses. So this was a culture that you weren't unfamiliar with. Walking into this, you guys did some collaboration with the Professional Bull Riding Association. Like you said, those are the cowboys, man. This is the rodeo. This was real stuff, man. The real
Right.
bulls, and this is the real deal. So
Right.
that being in that space, did that garner another level of appreciation? What was that like being in that environment with those elites?
Well, we were fortunate to start this journey with we got the best stunt coordinator we could possibly get, a guy named Buddy Joe Hooker. Now that's the dude name right there, right? And he's all dude. So Buddy Joe got us ready. He introduced us to a lot of cowboys, and so that helped us with our authenticity. I ride with a cat named Reginald T. Dorsey and another actor, Glenn Turman. So we ride all the time. Oba Babatunde. There's some real black cowboys out here. And so we ride all the time. So it was fun to be around that highest level, the professional bull riders. I'm almost 6'3". I'm not getting on the back of a bull because it's like I'd come off of it like a slingshot. I'm not built for it, right? So, like a marble in a slingshot, bing, where you can't even find the marble, that would be me. You couldn't find me, bro. So, so, uh, but that was fun. It was a lot of fun being around cats like Ezekiel Mitchell and Dalen Swearingen and it. I mean, the list goes on and on. That's why I shouldn't start name dropping because I could be here all day. But they loved on us. They helped us to make it look real, which we would not have been able to do without the support of the PBR.
Yeah, no, it is phenomenal, man. I can't wait for this to hit the theaters and everyone see this. It is such a wonderful movie. I wanted to have you kind of talk a little bit about your character here and tell me a little bit about his background. What was it like for you to transition into Charlie Williams there, and tell me a little bit about that experience for you, playing that role in particular.
Yeah, well, Charlie Williams, the character Charlie Williams is a hardworking guy. Gives from the heart. Charlie Williams and Joe Wainwright have been best friends since they met in the military. So he served his country. He's a man of honor, and he's fun, but he's not to be played with. If Joe were walking down an alley and Charlie were there, Joe would be happy. And vice versa for Charlie. If Charlie's walking down an alley and Joe Wainwright is there, Charlie would be like complete. He'd be happy because somebody's got his back all the time. The fun for me was going on the journey where you take Joe Wainwright. Joe Wainwright and Charlie's relationship. That's a bit on the outs. And how much can I help Neil as Wainwright to navigate his way back into the relationship? Because Charlie does want to spank him a little bit for turning his back on him. And he does, he smacks, bends him over and pat,
Yep.
But it's all love, man, So Charlie's kind of his big brother, best friend, and it's cool, it's cool. It was a lot of fun just to navigate that journey. I would say that was what I looked forward to and was able to pull off. It was great.
No, y'all did a wonderful job. I mean, this movie has everything. It's faith, grit, determination, fierce friendship, loyalty, and, achieving something that some people believe impossible. And, I don't want to give anything away, but I cannot wait for folks to see this movie. What do you hope that audiences walk away from this movie feeling, thinking? And just give me your thoughts on that a little.
Well, here's audiences always take away from a movie what they bring to it. I talked a little bit earlier about how this movie is many things to many people. So the audience, we hope you take away from the movie everything you need in your life and that you feel better. You take away some goodness. You take away some fun. You take away this is a great country. Look what we can achieve if we stick together. If you walk away with those understandings and those insights, you got really deep into the characters in their journey. But there's something there for everybody, all right? So that's what I would say to the audience is, come on, man, put some love on us. You will not be disappointed.
Nice. Well, lastly, I wanted to ask you a personal question. That's one I talked to a lot of my guests about, and that's one of legacy. How do you view your legacy and all the amazing roles you've played and in your own personal life? What does that mean to you when you think about legacy?
Legacy is the inheritance I hand to my children's children. And so, the word tells us to leave an inheritance for your children's children. That's not just monetary. It's everything. They inherited you, and you want them to be proud of that going forward, which is why I live my life the way I live my life. I'm at home when I don't need to be outdoors, out somewhere. And when I travel, my wife is with me because that's representative of we're family. We're sticking together. I don't care what. And the one thing I can promise you is that when you see this film, you're going to feel really good, man. Really good.
Man, well, I feel really good talking to you right today. This has been an honor. Thank you so much for joining me. Everyone go check out The Last Rodeo. Hits the the theaters on May 23rd. And man, thank you again. It's been an honor to have you join me today.
Hey, man, next time we'll talk a little more about you, man. I want to talk about what I see on the wall behind you back there, okay?
Oh, will do, man. I look forward to that. We'll be in touch, sir.
All right, thank you. Appreciate the invitation. Okay, bye, everybody.
Take care.